Science experiments are vital for kids. They are useful in understanding the theories and the concepts of science that cannot be comprehended alone by science textbooks. But science labs are risky by the very nature of chemicals and lab experiments that are being conducted out there. Here are some rules that should be followed in science lab to avoid the incident in the lab. Kids should not be allowed to touch any chemicals in the lab or equipment unless they are instructed to do so. A student should never ever work in science lab in the absence of their teachers. A student must follow the instructions, written and verbal, when conducting the science experiment. In case they do not follow anything, they must clarify it first. It is very important to be alert and be cautious when in science laboratory. Eating, drinking, playing pranks, using mobile phones or listening to music should be strictly prohibited. Students must be made to wear safety goggles, lab coat and shoe in the science laboratory. Loose clothes, sandals, open hair should not be strict no in science lab, in the school. If any incident or accident take place, do not panic. Inform your teacher immediately and lab assistant for help. Come to lab prepared to perform experiment. Be alert and attentive all the time. Act like adult. Do not perform unauthorized experiment. If a thermometer breaks, inform the instructor immediately and do not touch either the broken glass or the mercury with your bare skin. When working with electrical circuits, before you turn the power, ask to the instructor to check all the circuit and connections. When working with battery or AC, be careful and attentive. Do not connect the terminals of a battery or power supply to each other, one another, just like this. It may be short circuited and such a circuit or cell become damaged or become hot. Return all equipment and instruments to the instructor with clean and good condition. Leave your lab area cleaner and found it. Before going outside the lab, check all the fans and electrical switch are off or not. If there is any problem, then ask your teacher in each and every case and take the help your instruction. before using any chemicals, read the label carefully. When mixing chemicals or conducting the experiment, keep the test tube containing the chemicals away from your face and mouth. Used chemicals should never be put in the original bottle. They must be disposed of as per guidelines by the lab assistant or science teacher. Examine glassware before using. Do not use chipped or cracked test tube or beakers. Hot apparatus take time to cool down. Allow time to cool them down and use tongue or heat protective gloves to pick them up. If any incident takes place, then inform to your teacher. Dress appropriately while coming in the lab. Avoid wearing bulky or loose fitting clothing, jewelry, etc. Be careful when working with apparatus that may be hot. If you must pick it up, use tongue or a wet paper towel or appropriate holder. Follow all the instructions and come in the lab with good preparation. They are verbal or written. So instructions must be followed by you. When there is a doubt, then ask your teacher or lab assistant or lab attendant. Be careful when work with chemical and street lamp or street burner. Street lamp may cause fire, so wick should not be out at a very big size. Thus, all students are advised to follow these instructions when you are in science lab and work with an electrical circuit, chemicals, hot equipments, batteries. Be attentive and careful. Thank you. Read first the label before using the chemicals. Use analytical balance in a good manner. First, learn it by the help of teacher or lab assistant. At any time, if you are facing any problem, then take help from others. If there is a sudden accident, then inform to your teacher. First aid box is always ready in the lab, as you can see. So teacher, lab attendant and school is always ready to help you. So use all the glasswares and other instruments in a good manner. Thank you.